Hey friends, it's Sarah Joy. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's episode. It's going to be my kitchen coat closet part 2, where I'm showing you the finished product, how I took a very underutilized space and made it into something very practical and very well organized. So I'm so excited to show you this transformation. Right up front, if you're new here, I want to invite you to be a part of this channel. I'm Sarah Joy, and I make videos every single Tuesday bringing you along on projects that I'm doing around my home and giving you styling tips to bring more joy into your spaces. If that sounds good to you, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. If you haven't seen part 1 of this video, make sure to check it out. I will go ahead and put a button up there for you to check out. But I'll show you how the closet was before and the first things I did to start adding some shelves and putting the structure in place to get it organized. This week, I'll show you all the finishing touches that I did. The paint, the trim, and then moving everything into the closet. It has already become just a great space, and just adding these few little pieces of storage has really provided so much room in other parts of the house already that I'm shocked. I was able to clear out a linen closet that I had some extra decor items in. I was able to clear out like the entire top section of our pantry, and then all of the drawers in our coffee bar station that were holding like all of the linens that we had. This has already transformed and given us so much more storage space. So I'm already wowed. It really goes to show you, if you put a little bit extra intentionality and even elbow grease into the house that you already have, you can really transform it and bring so much more room out of it. So let's get into it and let me show you what I did. As a quick refresher, here is how the closet started out. It basically had one little wire shelf in there and was very disorganized and underused. This is where we left off last week with the dresser being installed inside the closet on a platform and then drilled into the wall. I painted it, and then I started making shelves with some wood that I had on hand from a garage project. With this wood, I built 3 shelves going up into the rather tall closet, and each shelf was about 14 inches apart so that I could stack a lot on them as needed. I used some thin pieces of trim to go ahead and frame out the upper shelving pieces. Then for the sides of the dresser, I used some quarter round molding to go ahead and fill in all of the edges and make it look like one solid unit. After nailing it in, I filled all of the gaps with paintable caulk and let it dry, and then started installing the hardware. This was actually 96-cent hardware from Lowe's that I bought and then painted myself with a mixture of gold leaf and then rub and buff to get an antique gold finish. Then comes time for touch-up paint. I'm just going over the caulk edges with the same cabinet color paint to make it all look finished. And then here's how it turned out. So I painted the frame to match the dresser as well, and then just painted the wall in the background the exact same color so that it seemed like a full unit. Honestly, after it was done, I started getting so torn on what I would actually store in here, but the drawers on the bottom came in so handy for storing all kinds of table linens, napkins, tablecloths, runners, placemats, you know, the works. And then inside the cabinet doors, I went ahead and put a lot of our large vases, cutting boards, serving trays, and even the fun dish napkins. I still have some room in here to add a few more things on the bottom, so I'll still get the chance to add a few more things just as I figure out what goes best in here. This is probably no surprise, but I use the exact same color in this closet as I did in the rest of my kitchen. It is Balanced Beige by Sherwin-Williams. I just love the pretty finish that it gives and just how well it goes with gold. I feel like it's just so pretty. So the area above the built-in is essentially a little home station. I have the cork board where I can put grocery lists, meal plan ideas, even recipes, save the dates, all that kind of stuff. And then I have room for my cookbooks, a giant vase of pens that I can have on hand, and then the shelves above it, I have some storage. All in all, very happy with how it turned out. It really went from such an awkward space to try and figure out how to utilize to something that is so functional and organized for just the day-to-day stuff in our home. And it just makes me happy every time I see it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's fun video of this closet transformation. It's definitely one of my favorite projects that I've taken on so far. And I am going to be heading into a lot of other closets in our house to really optimize them. Again, I've said before, I don't feel like we have a ton of closet space in our home. If you just have those wire shelves, there's only so much that you can do with it. So I really think that we'll be able to like better optimize everything by just going around and adding some built-ins and being creative with it. So make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so that you're around for that process as we go through and do some more projects like this. If you liked today's video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up or comment. That always really helps me out. As always, I'll be back next Tuesday with a brand new video all about bringing more joy into your spaces. Until then, have a great week. Bye.
What a wonderful